everybody. So, welcome to another concert review. So, for this concert, I came home from college for the weekend, and the concert we'll be reviewing today is Deep Purple and Yes at the Jones Beach Theater. So, of course, I've seen Yes before. In fact, I've gone to a lot of Yes-related events already. So, I've been to Yes a lot, but this was still a really cool show to go to, regardless. And it was also really cool to see Deep Purple for the first time, which was really cool. So let's get into it. So I got a shirt, and I got this signed program from Yes with the members signing on it. A very nice program overall. And admittedly for the shirt, I would have liked something more vintage looking, but I know that this is like what they had because it was the because this is the tour for Deep Purple's new album. So what am I gonna expect? So but I would have liked perhaps like a shirt with like more like a vintage Deep Purple picture on it, but whatever's. So I was in the second row for this show. Yeah. So this was like intimate, which was really nice. However, the problem this posed, and I'm just going to get this out of the way so I don't have to later, is that people would stand, like people in the front, when they would stand up to like take like pictures of themselves, like look at how close I am to Steve Howe, look at how close I am to blah, blah, blah. Like they would go like against the stage and do that. And I don't know, that's just that just kind of got annoying. I mean, I know it's like cool, but like I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how common that is at concerts when you're in the front row, but that was something that was a little bit of a pain in the ass. I don't know, because it feels like, I don't know, you're in the front row already. Like, why do you need to stand up? It's annoying, but you got to deal with what you got to deal with. But anyway, so first up to go is Yes. So what was really cool was that Steve Howe was like right there. Like he was right there. So like seeing him do like the Starship Trooper solo like right before my eyes was just so fucking cool. Like, my God. Now, one of the reasons I really wanted to go to this concert is because they played Siberian Khatru, which is like I only saw John Anderson do that with the Paul Green Rock Academy back in 22. So, it was like, oh, now I get to see it with Steve Howe doing it, and yeah, it was really cool. I noticed though that Steve Howe is not as fast with like the like he's not as fast with that part as he used to be. I mean, I guess it's because he's getting older, so I won't really have all that against him, but he definitely was slower at that, even though they didn't slow down the song. But anyway, it was a good performance of the song. And they also did Yours Is No Disgrace, which I also saw John Anderson do with the band Geeks last month. What was it, last month? I don't know, but that was again really cool. And something I noticed about a lot of the songs is that they changed like the drumming at like certain points. Like, I don't know, like maybe they make it like seem more like it's gonna build up rather than like on the original songs. But yes, Yours Is No Disgrace was pretty damn cool. And during a lot of the songs there was like these like backgrounds on like the screen, and it was various pieces of art like by Roger Dean, and they were pretty cool. additions to the to add to the overall vibe. As for the rest of the set, it was a much shorter set than I saw them play back last year, but it was still really good. They opened with Machine Messiah from Drama. I believe the second song was I've Seen All Good People. Then I believe was Yours Is No Disgrace. Was Siberian Picture after that? Right after? No. I know they did the clap. Oh yeah, they did the clap. That was really cool. Getting to see Steve Howe do the clap, because that's a really, really cool, acoustic number. Yeah, it was really cool. Sounded very nice. Yeah. And of course, they did Roundabout and Starship Trooper as the encores. Yeah. So overall, Yes's set was very good. Oh yeah, they also did Gone for the One. Yeah, but overall, Yes's set was very cool, very, very good. It was awesome to get to see them again and be so, up close. Like, I've never been, this, like, up close, and it was really, really cool. Really cool. Yeah, especially seeing, all those cool Steve Howe solos right before me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Yes set was really cool. Yeah, anyways, let's move on to Deep Purple. So before Deep Purple's set, they had this GIF on the wall, on the screen that showed the band's logo and various there was a QR code. I don't know if I got a picture of it, but they showed a QR code at one point that just linked to Linktree, where you could go stream the new Equals One album. There was a bunch of, it showed some photos of the band members and whatnot. But yeah, so unfortunately, obviously, they can't do Child in Time anymore, because Ian Gillan probably can't sing that anymore. He's probably too old for that. But that's a song I would have loved to have heard, but whatever, it's fine. And they did a lot of songs from the new album, which I guess I'll go over when we get to them. But not that they were bad or anything. It's just that I would have liked to have heard I don't know, Strange Kind of Woman in there or something, but they didn't play that. And of course, they had their new guitarist, Simon McBride, replacing the previous guy they had for a while, and Avi, who had replaced Richie Blackmore. But who was the guy they had in between Richie Blackmore and this guy, Simon McBride? Who was the guy they had? I forgot. Steve Morse. Okay, yeah, so this guy replaced Steve Morse. Yeah, but he was really good. He was, really good. Definitely, I can see why they picked him. I mean, he definitely knows how to play Deep Purple, how you want it. So, yeah, he was really good. Did a cool guitar solo in, the middle of the set as well. Yeah. Anyways, so Deep Purple opened up with what else but Highway Star, the classic opening track from Machine Head and in Japan. Really, how else could you open it? And yeah, Highway Star was really cool. Although I will say I couldn't hear Ian at first. I don't know, he was very low in the mix, I noticed. But eventually you could hear him, and yeah, he sang it pretty well he sang it as much as he could anyway, and yeah, he still sounds decent. But yeah, Highway Star was a lot of fun. Of course, a very jammy song, a good keyboard solo from Don Airey. Don Airey is pretty good. I think his name is Don Airey. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the keyboardist they had was pretty damn good, but obviously he's not John Lord. But he's able to get the sound of him pretty good enough. Anyways, yeah. So Highway Star was really cool. Then I believe right after that they did another new song. I don't remember what it was. I think it was A Bit on the Side, it was called. Not sure if I got any videos of that, but all the new songs were good songs. I'll say that they were good songs, and this I think was a pretty good one. I think it had like a pretty good guitar solo, if I remember. And then they did one I was not expecting at all. Well, at least not one I would expect, considering how much of like a deep cut it is, and the fact that there's a lot of like screams on it. So I'm like surprised that they even tried to attempt it. It was Hard Lovin' Man. Yeah. I was not expecting that one, and that was really cool. Again, another very jammy song. The ending track off of Deep Purple in Rock, of course. And, yeah, very cool song. And again, I'm surprised they even attempted it, considering that like, the chorus is like, I'm a hard-loving man. But, like, obviously, Ian didn't sing it with the screams. He just went more like, I'm a hard-loving man. But yeah, the song still turned out really good. And after that song, I believe they did another song from In Rock. They did Into the Fire. That song's pretty cool. I'm surprised that that's a number that Deep Purple has done in concert as much as they have. Like, it's a good song, but I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, there's like better songs on the album though. But, it's still a good song, and I'm just surprised that, like, it's a number they've done as much as they have. But, yeah, so they did Into the Fire. There were some pretty cool lights during that one. And, when Ian would say, Into the Fire, he managed, like, to hold his voice in a really cool way, which shows that he still can do some powerful things with his voice. He was like, Into the Fire, like, for, like, a long time, and, like, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so Into the Fire, another pretty damn cool song. After that, I believe they did another new song. They did Uncommon Man, which is, I believe a song from, like, not like a new album, like an album from like a few years back. And I like that one. It had a very like proggy sound to it, and I remember liking the middle keyboard solo in it a lot as well, like where it had like on the screen it had like these like radar lines, and yeah, that one was pretty damn cool. I like that one for a new song. That one was pretty damn good. I believe after that they did another song from the new album, which Ian introduced. He told how the song is about a time when he like set his house on fire, actually, which I thought was interesting. It's called Lazy Sod. And the song they literally did after it was Lazy, but we'll get to that. Yeah, so this was sort of like, I guess, like a bluesy number. It was pretty good, I guess. they have Ian and Simon McBride both sing the chorus together, which was pretty cool. Yeah, overall, I guess a decent number. And then after that, they do another Machine Head classic, Lazy. Another very jammy number. Yeah, this was another really good one. It opened up with like a little extended keyboard solo, longer than the one on the album. Although there's another keyboard solo later on in the set that's like different, but this one was a really good song. Machine Head classic. Yeah, it was really, really good. I always liked this song. It's sort of like both jazzy and bluesy at the same time, if that makes sense. Like it has like this sort of like bouncy, very bouncy like jazz beat, maybe almost rock and roll-y, like early like rock and roll beat, I don't know. And then it goes into like a more like bluesy type bit with like with the harmonica, as well as like the ending like part where it's like where it like changes like the speed. Yeah, so that one was really good. Lazy's classic Deep Purple song. Can't really have a Deep Purple set these days without it. Yeah. After that, they did a couple more newer songs. They did a song called Show Me, which, it just seems like a, pretty typical, rock song about sex, really. And then they did the single for the album, which is called Portable Door. And Ian introduced it as being like a song about like, him and like this kid he was like friends with, they would pretend to make like inventions together or something, like I guess out of like toys and whatnot. And he said, "Oh, this is my portable door, which can go anywhere." Yeah, so that was a funny way of introducing it, I guess. And that song was pretty cool. I could definitely see why they chose that as like the lead single for the album. It was a pretty damn good song, I guess. Then after that, they did a song from that 1993 album, Battle Rages On, which I believe is the last one with Ritchie Blackmore. It was Anya, and I do like the guitar riff for that one. The guitar riff for that song is pretty damn cool. I like the guitar riff for that. I like that. Then they did then the other keyboard solo happened, where there's a lot of like references to like classical music in it. Shows that Don Airey is a pretty damn good keyboardist, and in fact it actually started out with him playing Mr. Crowley by Ozzy Osbourne, because I think he did some stuff with Ozzy Osbourne in the past. Yeah, so it was really cool when he started doing Mr. Crowley. I liked that a lot. But after the keyboard solo, they did a song called Bleeding Obvious, which is like another song from the new album. I'm guessing it's sort of like the epic of it. It's definitely felt longer than most of the other songs from the new album. And this is the one where, like, I guess the title for the album came from, because he's like, all equals to one, or something like that. And then it shows, like, the equals one logo on the screen repeatedly for a while. Yeah, that was a pretty cool number. After that, I believe it was right after that song, they do And admittedly, I think this was a bit of a off place to put it. I feel like I would have put it like maybe after the song that comes after it. They did Space Truckin', which is normally like, Deep Purple's like big ending song where they go into like a crazy jam. At least back in the 70s that was the case anyway, where they like, go into like a crazy like jam at the end where it's like and like all like the crazy sounds and shit and like the guitar smashing and whatnot. But here, they basically just played like the standard studio version of the song, and it was still really good. And the chorus is a lot of fun, in a live setting. It's very fun, like, come on, let's go space trucking. Ian doesn't really like scream it, of course, anymore. He more just sings it regularly. It's like the part that's like, pick up music in the solar system. He doesn't scream that anymore, of course. He just sings it normally. Pretty cool number, of course. Definitely a good showcase for Ian Paice's drumming. I just realized this. Ian Gillan didn't bring out like the bongos like he used to back in the day during this song. That I liked when he would do that, but I guess he doesn't do that anymore. But that would have been cool if he did, but whatever's. Anyways, after Space Truckin', they go right into Smoke on the Water, which of course, Deep Purple's biggest hit. They gotta play that. And it's really, really good. Sounded very good. They have Ian and Simon sing the chorus together again. And it was pretty damn cool. Of course, Smoke on the Water is a classic song. Can't really go wrong with it. It was a very fun song. Then we get to the encore. So they start out sort of just jamming a little bit, and then they go into a Hush from their first album, from the first Deep Purple album. What it was, like 50 Shades of Deep Purple, something like that. And of course, Ian Paice is the only member who was a member of the band at the time that album came out, who is playing here. So it's almost like they're covering the song. Well, the song is a cover already. It's a cover of a Joe South song. But anyway, this was a number where they took time, to do like something sort of like a jam Deep Purple would do back in the day. It's very reminiscent of like the jams they would do back in the day. And that was pretty cool. For the encores, though, something to note is that like everybody was like standing up, which was kind of a pain in the butt. Like, I don't know, because it's like, we're in the front. Why can't we just sit down and relax and watch? But whatever. But this was pretty damn cool. It was pretty damn cool getting to see Hush. And the jam was pretty damn cool. And the jam continued into the next song, Black Knight, which was the single the band released around the time of the In Rock album. I don't even know if it was released in the US though. Maybe it was later. I don't know, but that was another really cool one. Another Deep Purple classic. And again, I believe they continued with the jamming on this one as well, which was really fun. And like there's all like this psychedelic shit on the screen in the back, showing like people like walking, and they're like walking around and shit. Yeah, it was pretty damn cool. And after that, that was the end of the set. Overall, Deep Purple put on a really cool show. Recommend seeing them if they, come to your area. Maybe I'll give that new album a listen, because the songs did seem pretty strong, to be fair. So perhaps I'll give it a listen. But yeah, Deep Purple can still put on a really good show, even if, a lot of the members are, not members anymore. Like Richie Blackmore is like doing like the minstrel music shit, and unfortunately John Lord has since passed away. But they still can put on a really good show. Yeah. So overall, this show with the Deep Purple and Yes was really cool. Definitely recommend checking out this tour, because I believe this is like a whole tour they're doing like this. So, yeah. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you soon.